Evening. I got the mood. Today is October 20th today.
Like a relentless weed, moderate to severe Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms can keep coming back. Break away to what's possible with Tremfya. With symptom relief as early as 4 weeks, remission at 12 weeks, and
I'm
lasting
doing good.
remission at 1 year.
Kaya, I'm just watching
Some even saw
TV right
visible
now.
healing of the intestinal lining. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and TB. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Healing is possible with Tremfya. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today.
Living with chronic migraine? 15 or more headache days a month, each lasting 4 hours or more. Botox prevents headaches in adults with chronic migraine, and treatment is 4 times a year. So why wait? Talk to your doctor.
Today is my day off.
Botox effects may spread hours to weeks after injection, causing serious symptoms. Alert your doctor right away, as trouble swallowing, speaking, breathing, eye problems, or muscle weakness can be signs of a life-threatening condition. Those with these conditions before injection are at highest risk. Side effects may include allergic reactions like rash, breathing problems, dizziness, neck and injection site pain, and headache. Don't receive Botox if there's a skin infection. Tell your doctor your medical history, muscle or nerve conditions like ALS, myasthenia gravis or Lambert-Eaton syndrome, and medicines like botulinum toxins, which may increase the risk of serious side effects.
In a survey, 91% of patients wish they'd started Botox sooner. Ask your doctor today. If eligible, you may pay $0.
During police interrogation, Roland Keebler confessed to both the murder and mutilation of Dario Ceccalecchia and his long-standing sexual fantasies about young boys.
He is, in simple terms, a pedophile, and he has suppressed his homosexual tendencies for years. And when he lived his fantasies, he had to kill the victim in order to keep a secret.
On August 4th, 1993, Dario rode his bicycle to the creek near his home for an afternoon of fishing. He left his bike near the main road and headed down to the water. Roland Keebler was on vacation and had been drinking heavily when he drove in the area where Dario was fishing. Keebler spotted Dario's bike and told police just knowing a young boy was in the area excited him greatly. Keebler parked his car and walked to where Dario was fishing. After a brief conversation, Keebler approached Dario again. He attacked the young boy, pushing him into the water, forced him to undress, and sexually molested him. Then Keebler forced Dario's head under the water into the mud of the stream bed. With his knee between Dario's shoulder blades, he kept the boy submerged until the struggling stopped. Keebler decided not to leave the body at the scene of the crime. Instead, he placed the boy's body into the trunk of his car and left for a social engagement with his ex-wife. Little did Keebler realize he had left behind a trail of evidence, microscopic single-cell evidence, which would link him to the scene of the crime. From the moment Keebler pushed his victim into the creek, microscopic diatoms in the water attached themselves to the soles of his shoes, and diatoms in the water flooded Dario's mouth and lungs when he was forcefully drowned. Keebler transferred those diatoms from his shoes to the pedals of his car when he drove away. And diatoms from Dario's mouth would later seep onto the carpet in the trunk in which he was transported to the cornfield. Dr. Weiler's discovery of the diatoms and Dr. Hurliman's species identification in the laboratory were essential elements in tracking down a vicious killer. Roland Keebler had silenced his victim, but the diatome evidence spoke volumes.
it was a very, very good feeling for me to have found a scientific way to prove something that was very important. We know that we didn't make big mistakes or errors in the determination or the preparation of all the samples. So it was, at this moment, it was a good feeling, of course. Dieser Fall wird darum auch
This case therefore became sort of a model case, also worldwide and particularly in Switzerland. It had never been done in this way before. We were pioneers, and we certainly hope that it will be possible to solve other cases in the same way for the future.
Roland Keebler confessed not only to the murder of Dario Cicalechia, but also admitted killing another boy in the same area of Switzerland 10 years earlier. Keebler was convicted of both crimes and was sentenced to life in prison. Candles burned near the creek where Dario died. A shrine built by villagers to keep Dario's memory alive. And in a nearby churchyard where Dario is buried, his sculpture reminds visitors of the gentle, innocent child who died too soon.
Whenever children are the victims of violent crimes, it's much, much worse. And this must be the same all over the world.
In the spring of 1993, an unexplained illness struck the residents of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 400,000 people developed serious gastrointestinal illness. 4,000 were hospitalized, and by the time it was under control, more than 100 people died. Health officials suspected it was influenza, but it was something more serious and much more difficult for medical detectives to uncover. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, the 17th largest city in the United States, with a population of almost 1 million people. It's a city known for its German culture, summer festivals, and long, cold winters with plenty of snow. Milwaukee is the home of several large breweries producing 11 million barrels of beer annually. But in the spring of 1993, Milwaukee became famous for something else. An unexplained outbreak of gastrointestinal illness which spread rapidly throughout the community. 4,000 people rushed to area hospitals, all with the same symptoms: severe cramps, diarrhea, nausea, and fever.
I had the diarrhea off and on all week. I missed 2 days of work, and I thought it was gone and it came back again.
Hardest hit were individuals with weakened immune systems, infants, the elderly, cancer and AIDS patients, and those who had organ or bone marrow transplants. 4-year-old Becky Furman suffered from a particularly bad case.
She was just a vibrant child. She was highly intelligent, very vivacious, very talkative, very friendly. Just a normal kid.
Becky Furman was born HIV positive, which made her particularly susceptible to the mysterious outbreak.
This got to be absolute water, turning from brown to yellow to green. Terrible odor. And she would have 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 bowel movements a day.
40-year-old Antonio Claudio was also affected. Like Becky, he too is HIV positive, but the severity of the cramps and diarrhea he developed during the outbreak was alarming.
Yeah, I freaked out. I was like, is this what's happening to me? A nature course of the virus itself, of the HIV/AIDS, or is this something else?
The primary suspects were Shigella, Giardia, Campylobacter, or Salmonella. But stool samples from the infected individuals were all negative.
We knew this was big. I mean, we knew a lot of people were sick. We knew a lot of kids were sick. We were beginning to get reports from hospitals that patients, particularly the immunocompromising conditions, particularly HIV/AIDS, were having very difficult times shaking loose of this outbreak. And so we were beginning to understand that this was in fact an epidemic.
And health officials had no idea what was causing it.
I have Tourette syndrome.
Valen and I are headed to premarital couples counseling. There is something I want to talk about. It's not easy to say out loud.
Valen Out Loud, all new, Tuesday at 9 on TLC.
We shall overcome. We shall overcome.
The struggle for equal rights in the United States has been hard fought, but even today, we're still fighting for racial justice, for voting rights, and against hate and extremism. You can help us win the fight and envision a future where all Americans can thrive by joining the Southern Poverty Law Center today. Please call now or go online to helpfighthate.org to become a friend of the center. All it takes is just $19 a month, only 63 cents a day.
We shall live in peace. We shall live in peace.
For more than 50 years, we've been defending the rights of people facing discrimination, racism, and bigotry in the U.S. And we do it all at no cost to our clients. But the civil rights movement is not just in the past, it's our movement right now.
So please, call or go to helpfighthate.org and join us. When you use your credit card, you'll receive this special Fight Hate t-shirt to show you're standing up for civil rights.
The future of our country is in our hands, but it won't come without a fight. That is why we need your support today.
Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday.
With your support, we will overcome hate and injustice. So please, call or go online to helpfighthate.org today.
How's my little champ doing? Okay, let's soothe that cold.
Yes, please. NyQuil Hot Remedy soothes your cold symptoms to sleep. NyQuil Hot Remedy, the nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, best sleep with a cold medicine.
The Brazilians love this one. I must be Brazilian.
There's so many different aromas in here.
They're bringing the Amazon to me.
Yes. What is that?
Tony Shalhoub, Breaking Bread, Sunday at 9 on CNN.
Within 24 hours of the outbreak, the mayor of Milwaukee knew he faced a serious dilemma. No American city had ever faced this type of crisis before.
The concern in the health department was the beginning of, a real concern. What is this? How could so many people get sick all at one time?
If the outbreak was caused by a contaminated food source, stool samples would contain the bacteria which caused it. And health officials could find no common food source that all of the sick individuals used. Food illnesses usually center around a common food distribution center, processing plant, restaurant, or grocery store. But one common element among all of the infected individuals was water. Officials analyzed the water quality records at the city's municipal water supply. But all of the water quality levels were within guidelines established by the Environmental Protection Agency for safe drinking water.
We went back and indicated that to the health department, and they continued on with their investigation into other areas.
But when scientists looked at the distribution pattern of the outbreak, they noticed that most of the cases were clustered in the south side of the city.
We believe we would have witnessed a more normal uniform distribution of illness had it been an airborne virus, because it would have started at a point and moved outward.
Since the outbreak seemed to be centered in Milwaukee's South Side, this narrowed the focus of the investigation. Becky Furman lived on Milwaukee's South Side. Her doctors had no idea what caused her illness and soon discovered they couldn't cure it in individuals like Becky who had HIV.
One of the things was that she was limited in what she could do as far as where we could go and what we could do with her as far as playing, because she would have these accidents. Another thing was a general weakness because of the constant diarrhea.
Gastrointestinal illness is usually caused by something that is ingested, once again pointing to food or water. The water plant which supplied Milwaukee's South Side reported that the only unusual readout was a peak in turbidity 1 week before the outbreak. Turbidity measures the amount of foreign particles in the water. After a rainstorm, or when snow melts, turbidity levels will temporarily rise. Storms churn river and creek bottoms, and melting snow will often gather particles as it runs into streams. Health officials wondered if the increase in turbidity levels was cause for concern. The municipal water supply was disinfected with chlorine. Was it possible that the city's water supply was contaminated with something that didn't show up in water tests and that chlorine would not kill? If so, the entire city would be at risk, and one of the city's largest industries could also be affected: the brewing industry. The breweries were among the largest users of municipal water. If there was an unknown organism in the water, was it being shipped all across the country by the tens of thousands of gallons a day?
I have active psoriatic arthritis, but with Skyrizi to treat my skin and joints, I'm ready for this moment. Along with clearer skin, Skyrizi helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue, and it's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin and better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi today. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
It's here, the Party Shop at Michael's Balloon Bar. Choose from over 700 balloon styles and free helium on select styles. Celebrating is easier than ever. Michael's, everything to celebrate anything.
Asthma. Does it have you missing out on what you love, with who you love? Get back to better breathing with Fasenra, an add-on treatment for eosinophilic asthma taken once every 8 weeks. Fasenra is not for sudden breathing problems. Serious allergic reactions may occur. Get help for swelling of your face, mouth, tongue, or trouble breathing. Don't stop your asthma treatments without talking with your doctor. Tell your doctor if your asthma worsens or you have a parasitic infection. Headache and sore throat may occur. Ask your doctor if Fasenra is right for you.
Cancer isn't me. It's something I treat. And the less time I spend treating my cancer, the better. This is me.
Discover injectable immunotherapy, Opdivo Qvantig, for certain previously treated adults whose kidney cancer has spread. Unlike an infusion that takes 30 minutes, Opdivo Qvantig lets you receive treatment quickly in as little as 3 minutes. Opdivo Qvantig is an immunotherapy that works with your immune system to help fight cancer. Opdivo Qvantig can cause your immune system to harm healthy parts of your body during and after treatment. These problems can be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have a cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, irregular heartbeat, diarrhea, constipation, severe stomach pain, severe nausea or vomiting, dizziness, fainting, eye problems, extreme tiredness, changes in appetite, thirst, or urine, rash, itching, confusion, memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain or fever. Report severe or persistent muscle or joint pain. Tell your doctor if you have myasthenia gravis or Guillain-Barré syndrome. Immune system problems include Crohn's disease, ulcerative colitis, or lupus. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system problems, if you've had or plan to have an organ or stem cell transplant or receive chest radiation. Opdivo Qvantig can harm your unborn baby.
A chance to live longer. A treatment that's faster.
Ask your doctor about Opdivo Qvantig. See OpdivoQvantig.com for more information.
Oh my god, I won! Guys, I just saw someone win an iPad for under $10.
Under $10.
For just
75 cents.
I got this KitchenAid stand mixer for only $56.
There's millions of fast auctions and always something to win on Deal Dash.